went to the funeral and I seen my mama in the casket, like seeing her the day before she passed, dropped me off somewhere, saying I'm coming right back. To next time I see her, she in the
What's going on, y'all? This is Zer from ZuCast. We got a special guest in the building. My boy, Dae Dae. How you doing today, bro?
I'm alright.
Okay. Hey, so what you been up to, bro? Because I ain't talked to you in a hot minute.
Man, not too much of nothing for real, working, rapping.
You dropped your first project. What's the name of it?
Nenason.
Nenason. How are you feeling? Like, how are you feeling overall about the project?
Overall, all those songs they my old songs, so all those songs really old. They were old to me, but you feel me? I ain't never put them out there, so they new to other people. But I still like them. I like them, but I be focused on my new work more than you feel me? I don't really look back too much at what I already did.
So how did you think it was gonna do when you was like planning to put it out? Like, what was your expectations?
Oh, my expectations, they was high. They won't out nothing too outstanding though. Cause my first song I did, it did better than what I expected it to do. So that was, you feel me? I was grateful for anything, but it did. I got good feedback on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you talked to Jadakiss too.
Yeah,
right?
I talked to Jadakiss.
Who else? DC, Young Fly.
DC, Young Fly, Gilly from out Philly, who be doing the $1 million worth of game. I talked to him too.
God, dog. How do you do that, bro? Like that ain't normal. How do you do that?
Man, they reached back out to me. I sent it to them. I'm like, man, like, check me out, bro, for real. Holla at me. They all hit me back like, yeah, bro.
And so what type of feedback have you been receiving from like people that you know, like your family and your friends?
Oh, my family like my music a lot. Cause like I don't really do too much talking to them. So when they listen to my music, they listen to what I be saying.
It's
and
like insight on what's going on.
Yeah, it's really, yeah. So they listen to it a lot. Like they listen to it, and they always get back to me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they be feeling some type of way what I might say, but they get back to me and be like, yeah, they don't never feel no type of way, cause they still like the song, but they know how I make my music. That's what I do.
Or what about your friends?
Oh no, they
or
like
people that you know.
Oh no, everybody. I always got good feedback. Ain't nobody never came to me yet on some. Nah, maybe you need to do it. That's what I don't like either though, cause maybe everybody being fake to me. Cause I know I be feeling like not everything I drop can be, but then I be like, y'all lying to me, man. Don't lie to me, bro. But then they be like, nah, bro, like. I be like, all right.
I mean, how do you even how do you react to criticism?
When I dropped my video on YouTube and I seen I got criticized by somebody. At first, I ain't react to it. Like, I still ain't respond to it or anything like that. But I still was on something like, bro, now they tripping, bro. Nah, that's not. And my people, everybody like, bro, that's what come with it. You gotta know. And I'm like, nah, bro, I don't even play like they ain't gonna. I'm like, nah, they don't even know me, bro.
Facts. So, what was it like coming up for you?
Growing up, I was raised by my mama. My daddy was in jail. He was locked up since I was like 5, 6. My mama, she raised me and my sister. We started living off of my grandma on something like I always stayed at our grandma. Mama ain't have it, so we with my grandma. My mama finally we ended up moving out Hillside. Moved out Hillside. We lived out there for about 4, 5 years. I went to Blackwell, went to elementary out there. Then we moved to Broad Rock. We moved to a house, living out just all linking around the south, Rough and Roll, all everywhere. And we was linking there well. My mama, she passed away. She died due to domestic violence on something. She got shot by her boyfriend. Yeah, she got shot by her boyfriend when I was 12. Yeah, and that like what it do to me, people always ask me how I be feeling about it, and like you don't be I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do it on something. But I be on some more of I don't know, I don't like people feel remorseful for me. I don't like that. Like in my song, like they show me love, but I'm feeling not just remorseful for my story. Like I don't like people feeling remorseful, so I don't be on something. I'm not gonna be sad around you. I'm not gonna make it look like I'm feeling some type of way, or if you feel me, that's not even me. But yeah, my mama passed away when I was 12, so I moved with my aunt out Chesterfield, and we just been lingering around. Like I said, I came to school out here, got kicked out school out here plenty of times, like 2-3 times. Got kicked out the schools. Then they finally let me back in. I came to move. No, when they let me, I went to community, Carver Academy. They sent me there when I got expelled, and I'm in there. I'm like, as soon as when everybody getting off school, I'm going to school, and I'm in there, basically night school. So I'm like, they had me in there for a minute. Then they sent me back to Chesterfield County Public Schools. I went to high school. I just started playing basketball. I'm like, that keep me out of trouble. I started playing basketball in high school. I ain't getting too much trouble. I won't get expelled no more. Basketball, that saved me on some, Basketball kept me out of trouble, bro. I'm talking. I could have been doing bad, but my 12th grade year when I didn't play basketball, like I said, when I didn't play basketball, I started getting back on how I was at first. I'm thrown off. I ain't really too much worried about no school. If I ain't playing basketball, I ain't in school.
Yeah, shoot. And that's crazy. I like how you just went through that, like, without me even having to ask on, because, like, some people be, like, scared to, like, talk about their life, and you just know it like the back of your hand because it's your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't mind, I want to, like, get into, like, those smaller pieces.
All right, come on, we good.
So you was born. Yeah, I know you say you moved to Hillside, but where was you at before that?
We was in West End, right on Randolph Village.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, during your time in elementary, like, what type of kid was you? Was you bad?
Man, I got suspended all the time, bro.
Doing what?
Man, messing with the teacher, fighting. You feel me? A lot of stuff, bro. A lot of stuff, like, bad. Just messing with the teachers, doing stupid stuff. Wanted attention. I was an attention seeker. I like the attention. Like, I'm going to do this. They going to look at me now. They going, yeah. I was attention seeker.
Did you have any, like, older brothers or, like, older cousins or something?
I had older, like, I got older cousins. I got older cousins and younger cousins.
Okay. So you was there, you moved to Hillside. What's it like? What was it like in Hillside for you?
Hillside, well, it ain't really nothing too different. For real. It was different, but I don't know. I was young. I was about 3. I moved to Hillside, 3 or 4. So I'm in there. I'm growing up there up till I'm like 8. So I don't really. Everything normal to me. I'm a kid. I ain't worried about. But everything, shit was still probably what it is now. But I'm a kid. I ain't really worried.
It's like that's just what you was used to.
Yeah, I was used to.
You know what I'm saying? So back then, did you ever like have any like opportunities to like go to like different areas, like go hang out in Chesterfield or go out
never.
Petersburg or anything?
Never. Not only place we was up is La Haven. We in Southside all through from like Hillside to Ruffin Road to Beautiful. Like we all up. So that's all I know. Oh, nah, I'm tripping. Nah, my cousin, they lived out Chester, so I came out Chester with my aunts and them. But you feel me? That I did come out Chester, but I ain't live out there. I was coming as a cousin.
Yeah.
And then I ended up moving out there, like living out there. So I'm like, when I moved out there, I still ain't know nobody because I was just coming out there. So
but when I'm poking your head,
I
was just like,
I won't out there for real. Getting in trouble out there though, I won't. I go to my aunt's house. My cousins are probably getting to find us, and we outside. That's how I met a lot of people though that live in Chester.
And that's another thing, bro. You know a lot of people, like, if you watching this, you probably went to school with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, everybody went to school with you.
Yeah, I went to probably, I think I went to 14, 16 schools, 14 or 16 different schools.
God, dog. Oh, my goodness. All right, so Hillside, and then where was you at?
We moved from Hillside to Broadway. These all the houses my mama lived in.
Okay.
Like, I'm naming my mama house. We still live places when we'll stay with our cousin, or we will stay with my grandma or something all the time. Like in between those times, like we'll still have that house, but the water some will be off, or the lights or something would be super cold, so we'll just go stay with somebody else, like until we get right. That's how.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I just came from Broad Rock. That's why I told you about that move. Just getting a haircut or whatever. But nah. So my grandparents used to live off Broad Rock too, and it's like
Broad Rock. That's more what I call home though, because that's where I grew up. That's when I was old enough to know and realize and look around like, oh yeah, nah, this me right here. But I still, you feel me? I always been out the South Side period, but when I was old enough to realize what's going on and look and see stuff, I'm like, oh, nah, I know, yeah.
You think like the South Side got like they water that smell different? Like they got like a weird smell to like they water? Or maybe I'm tripping.
Nah, I see what you're saying. Now it got a weird scent to it.
Yeah.
It got a weird scent. Yeah, I know what you mean. Cause it's just the feel, but it's like the feeling of I know when I'm in the South, bro. I know when I'm in the South.
Bro, you could like, bro,
Yeah,
you could
I
be
know
in
when
like
I'm
a
in the
house
South.
and be like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm off rah.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know when I'm. I feel you. I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
It's actually crazy. I see what you're saying. I be like, yeah, you could tell.
Would you say your life changed at 12?
My life changed. That's what. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Let's talk about that. So, what was the day like, or what was the time like when you found out it happened?
When I found out my mama passed, I was sleep. I was asleep, and I heard my grandma on the phone and stuff. Like I heard them. I'm waking up, like, cause at first I called, like I'll break it down to you. I called my mama. I'm calling her phone all day that day before. Like I'm ready to come home. Like, and it kept answering, but nothing was never said on something. I'm like, oh, what the? But it kept answering. They kept answering the phone, but nothing was never said on the phone. So I ain't paying it too much, no mind. Go to sleep. My grandma going crazy on the phone. They like turn on the news. They got your like police and everybody outside. Like they outside your house. Like I'm like, what's going on or something? You feel me? I'm just waking up confused. I'm
It's the morning. It's like the evening.
No, it's like 4 o'clock,
Okay.
4 or 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So they like we put on the news. It's my house out there. The police all outside. She been held hostage with her boyfriend. That's what everybody outside like trying to, cause the dude, it got crazy. Dude, he killed 2 police. No, he didn't kill him. He shot him. He shot 2 police officers. So after that, everybody just, I'm guessing they reacted off that and SWAT team and that's how. I don't really know too much about it, but I'm going off what I do know. So I'm looking at it on TV, and everybody outside, like under them, all them out there, but they around the yellow tape, like they can't cross the tape or nothing like that. And we all just, I'm praying. I pray, like I'm woke up. I'm like, I'm crying, holding my grandma, like, come on, what you mean? What's going on? I'm confused. So that was going on for like 2-3 hours before we got anything. And then my everybody was coming back. They like, all right, we on the way. So I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. My sister coming out. I looking at them through the window trying to see how they face looking or something, but I ain't getting no reactions really. I'm looking at them like, what? I don't see nobody crying or sad or nothing. Soon as they open the door, my sister fell in my hand. She like, Mama, Dad. I'm like, heart drop. I broke. Like, I was hurt, but like that night, it was more like everybody was more, you feel me, trying to build me up, lift me up and everything. So, and it really worked on something. But as days go on, I'm sitting on it and thinking about it. I'm like,
the support is less and less. You on yourself.
Now I'm thinking more of like, I ain't really react as people may thought I reacted, like OD, like until I went to the funeral. And I went to the funeral and I seen my mama in the casket, like seeing her the day before she passed, dropped me off somewhere, saying I'm coming right back. To next time I see her, I'm like, I ain't really react. I'm asking. My sister didn't ask to go. She didn't ask to see the casket, but I did. I'm gonna see it. I'm standing beside my people. We walking down now. As soon as I see her, I ain't even walk all the way down. I'm still at the top. I ain't even walk all the way down the whole line. I sent the top drop like, and that messed with me. Like, I ain't really know how much it hurt until I like seen it, and I dead ass felt it on something. That's my mama, like every day. Like that's the only person who raised me. Only person, like every time we get our family they disagreeing, my mama, we by ourselves, like me, my mama, my sister. So when my aunts and them took me in, I wouldn't say I was surprised. I wouldn't say I was surprised, but it was like, dang. Yeah. I knew I would have been somewhere good, but my aunts and them took me in. I really appreciated it. That did something to me because my mom and my aunts ain't always see eye to eye. Like, they'll be mad at each other or something like that. And I was like, and I used to always see it. And I used to be like, for them to take me in, I'm like, I appreciate that. That's one thing I do appreciate.
Yeah. That's such an unfortunate situation, bro. I'm deeply sorry that happened.
Yeah, but like go on, we all right.
Yeah. And you strong, bro. Like,
yeah,
going over that, doing what you're doing right now, like, come on, bro. Like, you an inspiration, to say the least. And so, after that, life changed. Did you start picking up hobbies? Like, what was, like, that time like? What was this, middle school?
Yeah, my 6th grade year.
6th grade.
6th grade year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Middle school. Cause middle school I was wild.
Yeah.
Like that's when I started getting wild.
So I ain't really get to like. I knew my mama young as elementary, and you feel me, being my mama always, you feel me, but growing up and like when you know things, when you mature and you start to learn, shouldn't be like, damn, I ain't really know her on some know her like know what's going on. Like she was my mama raising me and shit, so I'm seeing what's going on, but you don't know the struggle, like the shit you go through until I got older. I'm like, oh nah, this was some shit, like this is some shit.
So, bro, talk about your like. You in basketball, like when did you start playing? Like
as soon as I moved to Chesterfield.
So that's when you started playing.
Yeah, that's when I started playing basketball. As soon as I moved to Chesterfield, my aunt, her house, she had a big old house, bro. And I ain't never been in a house that big before. We had a court outside. Everybody house big in the neighborhood. I seen a Chrysler, bro. I ain't never seen a Chrysler. I thought that was.
Where is it? This was in Midlow, like Midlow.
Nah, this is in Jessup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Manchester. But I'm talking. I thought a Chrysler was a Bentley. I'm like, they got a Bentley across the street, y'all. Look at that shit. I ain't never seen it. They like, man, shut up, nigga. You know, that's tripping. She had a court outside, and every time I used to get mad and stuff, like I'd be frustrated or something like them. I'd just be on some shit like, man, I'm going outside. I just go shoot. I shoot until I ain't mad no more, and I just started liking basketball.
So, would you say it was natural, and then you just, you know what I'm saying, started practicing, then you got good, or just through hard work?
I ain't never trained for basketball. That's one thing about it. I ain't never work out, no nothing. I always just showed up and tried out for the basketball team and made them. I was like, yeah, I'm all right.
So did you like playing basketball in high school?
Yeah, it was fun. Like I was always out there having fun. But think about me, man, they always kick me out the games, bro.
Why?
Every time, bro.
Why?
Too competitive. I'm too in it. I want it. I'm in there like, But I was too in it. Refs would be like, my coaches and them would be like, bro, you doing too much. I'd be like,
nah, like that's
that's me. That's when we on that court. That's when I'm letting myself out on some shit. Cause I calmed down a lot after I left middle school. Like after I kept getting expelled and suspended and shit from school, I'm like, I gotta chill.
So when did you start rapping?
Man, I've been rapping since I was living in the hillside. Like I got video. Like people gonna see them real soon. They gonna see them real soon. I got videos of me like 6 years old standing outside on the corner rapping, big old T-shirt, just rapping. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm rapping and rhyming and just young.
Was you doing it just because it was fun, or like you wanted to be like a rapper? Like,
I looked up to 50 Cent. I used to look up to 50 Cent when I was real young, like around 5 through like 7, 8.
What's your favorite 50 Cent album?
I don't know. I don't really listen to him too much. I just knew all the hits they played on the radio. I ain't really
You just knew he was that.
Yeah, I just knew 50 was 50.
Your project that you just dropped, was that your first official one?
Yeah, most definitely my first official project. It's the EP.
Okay. And talk about that process. Like, how did you decide what songs you wanted on there? Like, how did you come
for real, I was impatient. I most definitely was impatient. I probably still feel like I could have waited and did way more on it, but I'm impatient. I be wanting stuff to be out because I be working on so much different stuff. I'm like, nah, now this got to be out. Like my process of me dropping the tape, I was doing too much, and I started to fall off. I'm like, man, nah. And then I started to rush it, and then around like I made it 420. That's the crazy part. Well, I made it 420 a real. That's a big day. That's the day my mama died, is what people don't know. She died 420. Damn. And I dropped the tape, Nenason, on 420. And like even in my very first song, I recorded this song in November. I'm like, what I said, 420, 2013, the day my heart was broken. They show me love, but I'm feeling that's remorse for my story. Like, it's a real date. Like, if you gonna listen to me, you gonna tune in. Everything I'm saying real. So I dropped it on 420. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. That's how I'm gonna play it. So I just literally come to me. But something, like I said, I'm impatient. So I be wanting to, I gotta get right. But it literally just come to me. Like even when I wrote my first song, I wrote my first song before I graduated. The song I dropped in December, that song old. Like, and I ain't even rap back then. Like, I just wrote it because I still like to write too. Like.
And so how often are you writing, or how often does that inspiration come to you to write?
Oh, I've been writing since elementary. Like every time I got in trouble, they always just make me write. Like, just keep writing. And I used to always I used to write little stories. Or I'll write my own book or something. I'll come up with some like my own little story or something. Then they started, when I went to Broad Rock, they started selling my books in the little library.
What?
My little it wasn't like a book. It was more of a little flipped pages. Like you could flip the pages and stuff, like on the little white little booklets. Like it was like me still writing. It wasn't nothing too OD like a book, but it was You can flip through and read my story.
I ain't know. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, I used to like
imagination.
To write.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to like to write. My imagination, I used to just be on something like that.
Do you ever see yourself writing a book?
Nah, maybe. I don't know.
Not even like a biography?
Nah, not even about. I wouldn't even. I like to do music. That's how I like to go away. That's how I like to. That's how I feel more comfortable getting my point across. I can get my point across through music.
Yeah. And so you said that you was influenced by 50 Cent. Is there any other rappers that you influenced by?
50 Cent, he was just when I was super young. Like I can't even tell you a lot of 50 Cent songs, but only somebody who influenced me with the music, Lil Snoop.
I can see that.
Lil Snoop.
I can see that.
That's the only person that influenced me. Really.
Big shout out to Lil Snoop.
Yeah, rest in peace, Lil Snoop, for real.
Real talk. So, what's next for Dae Dae?
Right now we in the works. I got a video on the way. We got I got another EP coming out for the summer with my boy Joe Skino.
Okay.
Yeah, we just got a lot. I got a couple singles coming. I got 2 singles I'm about to drop next month. And by around, I want to say July, end of July, part that EP will be done. Another tape gonna be done, 7 songs. We gonna get right.
Yeah. And once again, where can we listen to your music?
Oh, it's gonna be available everywhere. But Nenason out now everywhere but Apple Music.
Facts. And where can we find you on social media?
At Dae Dae Official on Instagram. I only got Instagram. I don't got nothing else.